And so I was talking with Mrs. Milani before we went on about how do children know when they're in.
Well, as Chandra said, first of all, in home, the females, particularly mother, leads the way and shows you how to do the puja every day, morning and evening. And so we gather, children gather and see this happen and participate in it, meditate, and even share a little prasad, a little something that's at the end of the service, not service, but thing. And the other is we go to temples of a different nature on big days, celebration of holiday, spiritual days. And there we gather in a group, larger group, and we participate in that. So there are these two ways in which we...
Is there a special day of the week that you would say go to the temple?
No, that again, it's an individual choice.
Yeah.
For example, I go on Mondays. Monday is the day that I stop at the temple, and I happen to have one close to my home. So after work, so that's the day you'll see me rushing out to make sure I get there before the temple closes. And I go there, and that is the day that I've chosen. In the United States, a lot of people go on Sundays or on the weekends because it's more in line with their own personal schedules. But it really depends on who they're really feeling like they want to worship. We are a religion that has multiple forms of God, in the sense of in Christianity, God is one, and we have one symbol. In Hinduism, we have God is one, but he has many forms, he and she, because it does include the woman also in the form of Shakti, which is strength, and women are in their religion would be called Shakti, so they are the strength. So it depends on the day of the week, so you can choose if you want to go a specific day of the week, and that's what I mean by it's very personal. It's a decision that the person makes on their own.
What does this have meaning? The colors and
okay. So here, what I have here for you, just so you can see, is we're talking about Diwali, which is the festival of light, and I used the electric lights in India. They're actually they would make a little clay diya. This is a diya, where the name Deepavali comes from. This is a deepa, or it's the light. So you put a cotton wick in here, and they would put oil in there and light it. And I remember my first time going to India, I remember they didn't put lights out. So our house, going to India the first time I was in the second grade, had seen Diwali in its true form, not the way it was celebrated in the United States. We had electric lights that we plugged in and put around the outside of our house. And these individuals, hundreds and hundreds of these all over our house, on all of the borders. So when you looked at it, it looked like you had strings of light all over the house. And I remember as a kid, helping to put these out, and I was so amazed that we had so many of these, and what the purpose of it was. And it was our job to go around and light them. Now, mind you, our home there is made of concrete, so the fire issue is not so much so. But that was the purpose of it, and it illuminates the house, illuminates your courtyard and your home, and it's amazing to see it as the entire village, everybody. It didn't matter if you had only 2 of these, you still put it out. So, if people that are wealthy, of course, could have more lights, and people that were not so, but it was the purpose of illuminating your home.
I have Hindu friends who, during this period of time, put out on both sides of their driveways, paper sacks with sand in it and candles down in it, so that their driveways look that way.
So I started to use the candles that you get in the glass, so they don't get put out. So when you come to my house, for example, I've already put out lights. So my neighbors, when we moved there, would say, "Chandra, isn't it a little early for Christmas lights?" And I would say, "Well, it's for Diwali. That's our, that's our festival lights." But I leave them up through Christmas once I put them out. And then we do, as you said, we put them out, the candles. We do light candles in each of the rooms in the house also. And then we do a prayer. Now here I have Ganesh, which is the god of, he's the first one that we pray to. He is really for prosperity, all the good that comes from any kind of new endeavor that you take, even leaving in the morning. And then here we have Lakshmi, who is the goddess of wealth. Lakshmi is the one that we pray to. I'm sorry, this is a small deity, but we pray to her because she's the goddess of wealth. But again, she is the Shakti, she is the female.
The strength.
Yes. So when we do this at home, we set up with all the candles, then we offer sweets, as an offering, and then the family partakes in it. So it's really a great opportunity to bring the family together. Before we do any of this, though, it's the day that you clean the house, you clean the streets, you clean everything, you close, you exchange gifts. In India, you get to go from, around the neighborhood to people's homes. They invite you in, share, if they've made something, they'll share with you. It's really an opportunity to connect with the community and your family also. For me, we actually do it at home. We have the prayer and we do puja, and then I come to my uncle's house. Now, right now I'm still living in Maryland, but I get to come to McLean. My uncle lives in McLean, and we come to his house every year. The entire family comes together. And there you get to see your elders. You get to ask for their blessings, because seniors have a very important role in the Indian culture and in the Hindu religion, as in most religions. But you ask for their blessing. So this is a day that you go around, even in the neighborhood, people that are not specifically related to you, but it's somebody that's older than you that lives in the neighborhood, they will give you their blessings too on this day, for good health, for good wealth, for prosperity, for you and your family.
So if you are one of the Hindu elders, could our young staff people come to you for a blessing?
I guess in true respect, yes, they could. Yes. And you bless them over their head.
Right.
And they usually, in India, touch your feet.
Right. So you're bowing down, you're touching their feet. Yeah. And touching their feet is in the sense of, you are my elder and I'm giving you respect.
Sure.
So that is an important part of, and it doesn't matter that you have to be related to the person.
I think.
I was just going to say, so here at Green Spring, I'm assuming your apartment would also be filled with light, or do you?
Say it again.
I'm sorry. Here at Green Spring, would you then take your apartment and do the exact same thing as Chandra just expressed?
With the lights and
with the lights?
It could be done, but instead of doing alone, I'll put it in the chapel place where everybody can see. And I must say that in all these years, first, nobody paid any mind. They didn't even notice the thing. And yet this time, people have come and asked me questions about what's written inside and said, well, what about this? What about that? Why is it there? So people have become conscious of the fact that it is something more than just a paper religion, and are interested, when is it coming? I want to see the display. So more and more are conscious of it, and we are happy that to share with others and talk about it if they wish.
That might be something we ought to point out to people watching who do not come to the chapel regularly. There is a great display in the chapel of various things from the Hindu religion, and particularly about Diwali.
You're going to show that on today?
We not today, but we will take our cameras out. We've done that over the years, but I haven't gotten there yet. but we will before. You said the key date is next week, right?
It's the 19th.
The 19th.
October is the day.
So definitely by the 19th, we will have it on Village in Motion.
So it's a day of five. It's really a 5-day festival. The biggest day is the 19th, which is the day of Diwali. 2 days prior to that, we call it Dhanteras, and that is it's an opportunity for you to buy something for your home, to acknowledge, that Dhan means wealth, and you purchase things. So people will buy gold coins. People will buy, a little pot. It depends on their ability and their desire to really just acknowledge. And it's also an opportunity for the community to have people come out, see each other, go to the markets. So it's a really festive chance for people to come and enjoy themselves and still provide commerce also. So it's all entwined.
So for Green Spring residents, I just want them to know how to greet you during Diwali. I read about this. like we will say Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or whatever. But for our Hindu friends, whether they are staff or residents, it's Happy Diwali, or the way we talked a while ago, heartfelt best wishes to you on Diwali.
Yes.
So I hope residents will greet you all next week.
Thank you.
And become a part of Diwali with you. So.
Thank you.